Hello, everyone's. I am here for my review of Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 14, episode 10. If you were new to my channel, welcome. I'm Lady T. I like to do reviews on scripted reality shows, and reactions. If you're returning, you one of my peoples, welcome back. So, we don't have any comments from last week, so we're just going to jump right on in. We starting off with Kenya taking Brooklyn to meet up with Candy and Blaze to this. I'm gonna say it's like a toddler discovery zone. Cause Discovery Zone was like, okay, we done with Chuck E. Cheese. Now we still want to have a place that we can run around and play. That was Discovery Zone, but this is like a little kids version of that. And I was like, okay, that's cute. And Kenya was telling Candy about the struggles of trying to get her hair care products out here. Since the whole panorama didn't happen, getting the shipments for her bottles has been a hassle. She's got like people wanting to put her product in their stores, but she does not have the products because she does not have the bottles. Yeah, and then Candy discusses how Marlo kicked her nephews out. Now, like I was feeling some type of way too, but Candy, she had to deal with when she after she had Riley, her nephew came to stay with her, and she raised that nephew, and he was 11 years old. And she's like, I know it could be hard, but like kicking him out, no, ma'am. Like when my auntie passed away, her three oldest kids moved from Indiana to Georgia with me and my mom and brother, and the other two went over my auntie and uncle's house. My mama raised my little cousin as her own. I still call her my little sister because she was my mama raised her from she was like 7 until she was 18, and then she decided to move out and go to Indiana. Yeah, like in my family, like we used to that. Okay, somebody need to take a child in, go ahead and do that. And it was never a time, oh, I'm tired of y'all, so we're gonna kick you out. I'm frustrated, so I'm gonna kick you out. No, not like that at all. But I'm hoping that Marlo didn't do this for a storyline. It's like when it comes to reality shows, you never know. It's like, did you just do that for a storyline or what? I would hope not that you like took them into the storyline or you kicked them out as a storyline. Speaking of Marlo, she's parading her sister around the boys' bedroom after she already had the doggone it. The camera crew go in and show how they done messed up the house. She's showing how they keep the house messy and how they done punched a hole in the walls. And I'm like, they're angry, and maybe you should think about getting them some type of counseling because they're dealing with the fact that their mother has mental health issues. She's in the hospital, and the last time they was going to see her, she had a complete meltdown and said a whole bunch of things. And it seems like the boys were perfectly fine. Now, I apologize. I do not remember their names. I'm going to try to be better at that. It seems like everything was going fine until they were supposed to meet up with their mom, and then the mom got on there saying everything that she said and was having a reaction that she was having. So in that turn was causing them to lash out. And maybe you think about getting them into some type of counseling. It's like the fact that they're dealing with these issues, and now they're dealing with the issues of being on a reality show and having the world see what they're going through. It's a lot. And I'm glad that Marlo's sister told her, yeah, it's hard, it's gonna be hard, but one thing you can't do is take out your frustrations on them boys. You can't be like, oh my goodness, be mad at them and be like, I don't even have to take care of y'all. I don't have to do this. Y'all don't have to be here. I ain't got to be the one to take care of y'all. It's like, no. Mm-mm. Because that's just going to make them feel some type of way. And I'm pretty sure that when Marlo was in foster care herself, there's a good chance that somebody told her that. Like, I don't have to take care of you. You can go live somewhere else. And the same thing that she's doing to these boys was probably done to her, and she doesn't and she's not calling how do you grew up in the foster care system and not in the house in your parents' home. So now you're treating your kids the way you treating your nephews the way you was treated, and you always want somebody to be there for you, but like you're doing the same thing that happened to you to your nephew. If I know that was a long-winded way of saying like you messing up, Marlo. So now I'm telling you, somebody's always hurting their foot on these shows. If it ain't a sprained ankle, a broke foot, your tendon didn't messed up. So now it's Sheree's turn. She said that she was at the store trying on some boots, and her pinky went one way and the other toes went the other way, and then she was shoving her foot in there, and I was like, how were you shoving your foot? And the pinky just doggone it, I guess fractured, dislocated, sprained, it did something. So now she rocking around in a boot. I was like, man, I would hate that. Anyways, so Marlo, she didn't send out cars for everybody. And Kenny, Drew, and Manetta was in one car, and what's her name? Marlo sent some food for them to eat. But the driver's like, oh yeah, you can't eat inside of this car. So they was like, okay, you gonna have to give us a minute because we hungry, and we gonna just take a minute to eat these OLG wings, and then we wash our hands and we can get to going. I was like, there ain't no way they was gonna just take that food and just be smelling it for all those hours as they was going up the road. But I was like, I did notice that Marlo and Sheree, the car that they was in, they was able to eat the fruits that they was eating. I noticed that. Now this house that Marlo picked out, it is nice. She made sure that there's food available for when they get there. Let her tell it the concierge is available 24 hours. So if you anytime you want something to eat, it is there to eat. And I was like, now ladies of Potomac, y'all take note of that. Take note of that. But of course you gotta play the shaded game of who gonna get what room. Marlo, I'm the host, so I get such and such room. We gonna these candles, this comment I'm making, who was it about? And if you guess it, you get the room. Yay. Bam. But I'm gonna do it shadily. Now we find out that Marlo's sister is living in a 2-bedroom apartment. And now the nephews is living there. And the sister already got 2 kids, plus a sister, and possibly a husband. So you sent your nephews to go over there and like I don't want to say inconvenience your sister, but like they went from like, yes, they were sharing a room to now everybody living on top of each other. And she tried to like pretty it up, like, well, she's moving into a 3-bedroom apartment. So we still got sister, her 4 kids, and the 2 nephews in a 3-bedroom place, and possibly a husband in a 3-bedroom place. While you got all this room in the world at your house. But you so stressed out and not realizing that some of the stress is coming from you. So Kenya shows up late. She drives herself because she was on the fence to whether she wanted to even come or not. And she says that she got her own house because Brooklyn may be coming. And the reason why she got her own house is because the last time they had out a town trip and they made a big deal about Brooklyn being there. But I was like, the reason why is because they was having Bolo there and there was going to be a lot of drinking. So maybe that wouldn't have been the best environment for Brooklyn to be in. Sonya, she also shows up late, but she was off in I think Miami making money and making deals. And she said that the people that she working with, they've invited her to Jamaica, and she was like, okay, can my homegirls come and A+1s? So she invited them to Jamaica as well. So Kenya finally gets off of her chest her feelings about Marlo. Like, she was basically like, I want you to listen and don't interrupt. Marlo was like, okay. But then she went to interrupt again, and then she was quiet the whole time Kenya had to say what she had to say. It's basically, I've forgiven you chance and chance again. When you said that I wasn't pregnant, when you said I wasn't sick, you always coming down for me. And I'm not going to do this no more. Marlo basically, in a long-winded way, was like, I'm the type of friend that's going to tell you when I think you've done something wrong or you lying. And if you're not going to stay in this house, then you're not going to participate in the festivities that we have going on. Yeah, it was okay episode so far. So we're going to see how things is going. That was suggested. If I left anything out, by me, leave a comment below. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It's free all day, every day, free 99. Make sure your notifications are on. So my little Facebook of a video, you can click on it, you can like it, share it with your people, and you can come over and be one of my peoples. If you're already one of my peoples, oh, welcome back. Y'all know what to do. Tell your people to tell their people to come over and be one of my peoples by clicking that icon above. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.